What's up guys, and welcome to another YuGiOh Duel Links video. So as you see, the Duelist Road Dark Side Dimensions has finally ended, and we are greeted with a new event known as the KC Cup. So the KC Cup event flow is basically the same as always. You just participate, and also this event starts from the 16th of November to the 29th. And once you leveled up your D level up to 20, you're eligible for the second stage. And once you're eligible for the second stage, which occurs on the 26th of November to the 29th, you will keep dueling, and then once you have enough wins, or basically based on how much you qualify, you will obtain an invitation to WCS for the first place player in the second stage, of course. So for the rewards, it's basically the same as usual. If this is your first time, you'll obtain a card sleeve with the KC Cup 2021 logo on it, along with a playmat. Then the next few times will be jewels, coins, as well as skill chips. And the usual daily bonus for the event missions is a total of 50 gems and 100 EX jewels once you do 4 times inside the KC Cup event. And where you can obtain the EX jewels is basically trade for packs that's available right there, with each pack ranging from 60, 80, and 100 EX jewels each. So for the contents, it's basically the same as the previous one, with the card listed here, with only the one being like a sword diamond sticking out, which is a flame swordsman alternate art, whereas the second pack is alternate art of Legion and also elemental hero Neos. Whereas for the third pack is basically Orbital 7 and also alternate art of Rare Metal Morph. So if this is your first time playing this event and you are lacking on certain cards, especially once you have to do the Legendary Duelist 4, you can use this event to participate and also to boost up your deck to obtain the certain staples here, such as Enemy Controller, Metal Morph, Ancient Rules, Polymerization, and also Held Life Barrier. And aside from the KC Cup, we also have a mini event going on, which is a tour guide bingo mission. So let's click into her, and as you can see, for the first sheet you will have to go into you have to complete these tasks in order to complete the entire sheet. And once you completed the first sheet, you will be 5 more sheets to go until the 6th sheet. And on the 5th sheet, you can obtain Breaker the Dark Magical Warrior. Breaker the Dark Magical Warrior is a level 6 spellcaster. When it's normal summon, you gain 2, whereas when it is pendulum summon, you gain 3 spell counters instead, and 400 attack points for each spell counters. You can remove a spell counter and destroy a spell or trap that is on either side of the field. So you can use it to destroy your opponent's pendulum scales or to destroy certain set cards. That way you have a better guarantee of what you can do the next turn. But this, for competitive wise, it might be a bit slower, but you can still use this if you're gonna go on a full pendulum summoning magicians kind of deck. So it's still a nice card to use regardless. Next up is my speculations for this entire KC Cup event. Since pendulum summoning is a new mechanic that's been introduced in the KC Cup right after the previous ones, there is a high chance that everyone will be using a pendulum deck. And which deck am I referring to? Well, definitely either Odd Eyes and definitely Triple Ds. Since Triple D has been quite popular among a lot of duelists nowadays based on what I saw in the ranked duels, especially using cards like Dark Contract the Gate to go into fusion summonings, Xyz, and synchros. This deck is quite flexible into what boss monster you want to go to, so this is a good bet that, or should I say a high chance that you'll meet someone who plays this kind of deck. And if you are curious on what are the current popular cards that is used by most duelists nowadays, go to the Duel Studio and click on the popularity ranking right there, and there will appear a list of popular cards used by a lot of duelists nowadays. So as you can see, Blue Eyes is still quite a meta, as it's ranked from rank number 12 until rank number 25, especially for Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, but Blue Eyes nonetheless. So if you want to consider using certain cards like Mystical Space Typhoon or Treacherous Trap Hole, but you do not have any of these cards, there are other alternatives available, so do not worry. You have Double Cyclone, you have Cosmic Cyclone, and for Trap Hole you can, or monster removal, you have Karma Cut, as well as the regular Floodgates. And if you do not have any of those, you have something to basically stall your opponent using Finger's Chain. That way their monsters cannot attack nor or activate their effects. And for overall protection, if you were to draw into bricks, you can use Drowning Mirror Force as a way to basically send all your opponent's monsters back to the deck. But there is definitely a high chance your opponent either has this or this in their hand, depending on what kind of deck they are running. So you gotta be careful when the time does come, by the way. Enemy Controller is still ranked pretty high as well, so you gotta keep an eye out for those. Not to mention Galaxy Cyclones or Galaxy Ice Photon monsters are basically OP. But Onomatopoeia has been nerfed quite a lot already based on what happened in the previous ban list. But it's still a pretty popular deck along with Harpies, so do keep an eye on those cards as well. But there are certain cards here that I see that are pretty much focused on getting their boss monsters out or to destroy certain cards on the field, such as Vermilion Dragon Mech right there. So if you were to use this, since it's a level 9, if you were to have Blue Eyes Hawk Dragon and also White Stone of Ancients, you can basically bring this tank out and basically pop whatever card is there. Though remember that the tuner must remove a tuner from the graveyard in order to activate the effect of destruction or popping something on the field. So that's basically it, and I would like to give a gentle reminder for those of you who have already played or completed the Duelist Road event previously. Please remember to check out what is currently available right there and how much EX jewels you have for this event, so that you can trade for the event boosters as well as event exclusive cards. That way you can maximize what you actually gain from that previous event and proceed to focus on the KC Cup. For the tips I can give for the KC Cup, since there's going to be a large majority of players going for pendulums, I would recommend stocking up more spell destruction or disruption kind of cards in your deck, like MST, or maybe cards that destroy field spells, and also pendulum cards. That way your opponent will basically stop your opponent from being able to pendulum summon monsters from the extra deck when they were destroyed. And you can also proceed to keep attacking your opponent because they are dependent on pendulum summoning. But this is not 100% guarantee that all players will use pendulums, because Blue Eyes is still a large, along with Galaxy Eyes and also Harpies, don't forget that. So that's basically it for the video. I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you're new here and you enjoyed my content so far, you can check some of my videos out as well to see what kind of interesting stuff I also mentioned, because I do provide details regarding an event, not to mention certain combos and also fun duels. Now with that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time along the road, because I'll be completing this KC Cup myself, and I hope you guys do well in this event. My name is Kane, and I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.